Eagles. Obviously, that leaves a huge hole in their defense. Our Didi Kinkawala, she has more on how the Browns plan to adjust.
Even Eagles head coach Doug Peterson said the loss of Myles Garrett was significant. The Browns' defensive end was placed on the COVID reserve list and will be unavailable for tomorrow's game. Peterson said that he's been playing tremendously, that he's very obviously a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. And as a coach who has had to use 8 different offensive line combinations in 9 games, he certainly was breathing a sigh of relief. As for Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski, he said it's on him and his coaching staff to figure out a way to ameliorate the loss of their best pass rusher. He said perhaps that means blitzing more, perhaps that means different coverage situations. But regardless, Stefanski certainly has to be happy that the weather is expected to be bad in Cleveland, and that when Carson Wentz, the Eagles quarterback, has struggled with inconsistency, that may be all the extra push the Browns need.
Didi, I feel like the weather has just been terrible in Cleveland lately. It's not going to end anytime soon either. Something else worth noting here, the similarities between the Eagles and Browns offenses, both near the bottom of the league in total yards and completion percentage, but both near the top in rushing average. So we'll find out who has the advantage tomorrow. But I have some good news for you guys here. We have some bright ideas that we want to share with you, because after 10 full weeks of football, we have just one game so far in week 11 and hours of football on tape that we've been watching. We have figured out some things. We've had some visions come to us, maybe like a realization, an epiphany of sorts of what is going to happen in the coming weeks here. So, Mike Robb, why don't you start us off with your bright idea?
Well, guys, you know, I'm going to take this seriously, right? Because I have been watching a lot of tape. And early on in the season, I hated what the Minnesota Vikings were doing. Defensively, they were terrible. Offensively, they were leaning on Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins was not doing much, okay? And then over the last few weeks, they've won the last 3. They've averaged 182 rush yards over the last 3 games, and Dalvin Cook has put his name into the MVP category. So I started thinking, I think I had a bright idea. I think the Minnesota Vikings make the playoffs this year. And because, look at their remaining schedule. Let me see their remaining schedule, Cody. Check this out, guys. You look at what's going on with the Minnesota Vikings. If they can continue to run the football like we've seen it, you know the Dallas Cowboys can't stop anybody. You have a Carolina Panthers team who's 3-7. They're struggling. Jacksonville Jaguars, we're talking about a Pittsburgh Steelers non-rushing team being able to run the ball against them. They may struggle against Tampa Bay. Okay, they may struggle against Tampa Bay, but they could possibly win out the rest of their schedule. And so the Minnesota Vikings can make the playoffs, possibly 11-5, 10-6, one of those types of deals. But I like what I'm saying for the Minnesota Vikings. That's my bright idea.
You are not alone on that. Okay, I have one here, so bring it in. And let me just wait for my bulb to pop here, or, turn on. The bulb is going to light up above my head is what I'm trying to say. Here we go. So my bright idea is Stefon Diggs and the first-round rookie receiver that the Vikings got for him, Justin Jefferson. They both will set new league records here. So let's start off in Buffalo with Stefon Diggs, where he will become the first Bill to lead the league in receiving yards. It's never happened before. Right now, he leads the league in catches. He's second in receiving yards to DeAndre Hopkins, but he's just 6 yards behind him. And the Cardinals' schedule the rest of the way has a ton of really good passing defenses that they have to face. They got to go against the Rams twice. Just look at that schedule. And then in Minnesota, let's go to the rookie who has just been awesome to watch, Justin Jefferson. He will, bright idea, he will set the rookie receiving record. Anquan Bolden set it with 1377, and right now Justin Jefferson is on pace to come up just short a little bit, 22 yards. I think he can do it, though, so those are 2 things I really want to see happen.
That's dope.
I like that, Colleen. I like that a lot. Now, let me get mine. Zoom in on me. Can I get my light bulb? Does it work for me?
Oh, yeah.
Light bulb? Bam. So, in a division where no one wants to win, in the NFC East, the team that started in last and almost is still in last, the New York Giants, guys. I got the Giants actually winning this division. They have a chance. And look, the Giants are on a bye this week. But I tell you what, Coach Judge has that football team competing. And Jeezy has said this in previous shows that the Giants weren't going to be an easy win. Look at my man Daniel Jones right here. Running, you run, you fall, what do? You get up and you run again, man. Jason Garrett is running on the legs of Daniel Jones' 2 wins. They got 2 wins in a row. They're on a bye this week. Next week they got the Cincinnati Bengals, another winnable game. I tell you what, man, I'm starting to buy into what they're doing. And remember, guys, they don't have their best player, Saquon Barkley. This Giants offense, this Giants team, they compete, they play hard football, you know. And like I said, in a division where nobody wants to win, why not the Giants, man? At least they playing hard.
D-Hall, I'm glad you mentioned the Giants because they're one of the teams that led to my bright idea because I'm watching what's happening around the league right now. And some of these, yes, young, promising head coaches and programs that are happening in the league right now. Buffalo, Sean McDermott. Miami, Brian Flores. I got the Giants with Joe Judge. I like what I see early on. I got the Titans with Mike Vrabel. I even got Raheem Morris, who we're going to talk about in the next hour. But I'm looking at this and I'm saying, boy, I see a lot of young, non-offensive head coaches right now. Because you know the last couple of years, maybe the last decade or so, the trend has been all the owners want the young, hot offensive guy. Well, you know what? I got a bright idea. You can hire a non-offensive guy. I've been saying for years there are good head coaches staring owners in the faces right now, but they're so busy looking for the young, hot guy, a young, hot offensive guy, that the well has run dry on that side of the ball. And now I'm looking forward to this offseason and the hiring cycle that's coming up. I see Steve Spagnuolo, Dennis Allen, Todd Bowles. I've got Brandon Staley with the Rams that's going to start to get some looks. Robert Saleh with the 49ers. I've got non-offensive head coaching candidates, owners. Don't be shy to do it. I know you're afraid, well, if I do that, I'm going to keep losing my offensive. No, hire the best coach, hire leaders of men. Look around the league right now because despite the fact that they are outnumbered, non-offensive head coaches doing a phenomenal job right now.
Jeezy, it's all about the young, hot guys. I mean, it seems like that's the way that the league is going.
Hot guys.